Hey guys, today's recipe is fried breakfast potatoes. These potatoes are so tasty and super filling. So we're going to start off with 3 little potatoes, and we're going to go ahead and remove the skin from each of the potatoes and dice them into little pieces. And you also want to make sure to clean up little corners, little crevices of the potatoes. It's just a preference, like right there. You want your potatoes to be nice and clean. Now everyone has a different strategy of how they cut their potatoes, but I'm going to show you all how I cut mine. I guess, I type all day at work, so I guess my fingers have gotten just kind of weak over time. So I always use a cutting board and a heavy knife. It just works out perfectly for me. So after you have all your potatoes, all the skin removed off your potatoes, I go ahead and cut them in half and then into slices. And because this slice is pretty big, I went ahead and cut it again, and then went ahead and dice my potatoes. Okay, so same thing with this one. Because this slice is a little thicker, all I have to do is cut it once and then go ahead and dice it and set it to the side. And we're going to do the same thing with this piece. All right. And when you're done with that, your potatoes should be about the same size. We're not using the machine, we're hand cutting them, so they're not going to be perfect. But you want them to be as close to the same size as you can get them. So now we're going to go ahead, I use a colander bowl. We're going to go ahead and rinse all the grit off of our potatoes. So make sure you rinse them very well. You don't want any grit on these potatoes. And if you notice, I waited to wash my potatoes when I got to this step in the process. It just makes it easier to go ahead and peel your potatoes while they're dry, and just go ahead and do the cleaning process all at once at the end. Once your potatoes are thoroughly rinsed, go ahead and leave them in the sink and let them continue to drain while you heat the oil in your pan. We're using olive oil for this recipe. Olive oil cooks real well with the potatoes, and you don't have to worry about the olive oil getting too hot and causing your potatoes to cook too fast. Stir your potatoes to make sure that they're well coated with oil, and then we're going to go ahead and season them. We're going to start off with some garlic salt, and then we're also going to use seasoned salt and black pepper. Once you've added your seasoning, you want to go ahead and also give it another stir. And then you're going to spread your potatoes flat in your pan so you can make sure that they're cooking evenly. And during the cooking process, you want to go ahead and stir the potatoes about every few minutes. You don't have to stir them continuously. You just want to make sure that you're checking on them and making sure that they don't burn. This next step is optional, but once your potatoes are done, you can go ahead and transfer them to a paper towel covered dish. I like to do this just to drain any excess oil that's on the potatoes. They're typically not super greasy, but I like to make sure that I drain any excess oil off my potatoes anyway. So after you do that, just go ahead and spread them on the paper towel so the paper towel can evenly soak up all of the oil. And then I just added them to a bowl until I was ready to eat them. These are great with bacon, eggs, toast, just a nice filling, super tasty recipe. So go ahead and please like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.